Go.
Okay, so first of all, I'd like to say I love this podcast because it's all about the journey and the grind to be successful, and something I'm trying to do right now. So I enjoyed how much the guest in this podcast, he has so many jobs, and I was shocked how many things that he does. I think it's unfortunate how the guest couldn't go to March Madness tournament. It's interesting how you can cover a team, but then if they go to the March Madness tournament, the bigger guys take over, and that's just the harsh reality of things. So just hearing the guests speak about how much they have going on for New Mexico State in terms of all the departments and how incredible the facilities are, it's honestly inspiring hearing the guests speak about all that stuff. So I just want to be a part of something bigger, and I want to join a larger organization that I can trust. So I used to work for this company called TQL that was a Fortune 500 company, and I had a role in a bigger picture. So the company set me up for success, and all I had to do was execute. And I didn't like selling what I was selling at the time, which was freight, so I quit. But it did show me that there are benefits working for a larger company, which is kind of what the podcast talks about. So they have a blueprint of how they do things. They also have great relationships with people and networks. So the guest mentions that he was not scared early on about being very good. And I think that's something I've learned in this program, and just in general, is that like you need the reps of broadcasting. So I'm pretty hard on myself, but I don't want to fail at times, but I have to be okay with failing. So I also found that it was super interesting how much he talked about the preparation that he does for broadcasts, and I just think that's such an interesting concept to have to be so prepared, because it's not just about the game, and he speaks about that. He's like, it's not just about the game, it's about what you do before. So and then I also loved how he just talked about the grind beforehand. Like, you can't just become Waj, you have to like do more to be able to do that. Like it is about the grind. So it's just doing things that you don't want to do and staying up. And he talked about how he stayed up till 4 a.m. and these are things you have to do to be successful. So and then moving on to the other podcast, just learning how to cover sports remotely. They talk about their Birmingham. It's like, they do different ways how they cover sports, and I just think time's changing, and COVID has changed remote work, and the journalism industry itself is shifting, and people are covering work from home. And I think being flexible in the way you do things, and that was talked about a lot in the podcast, is like being flexible, and there's new ways of doing things. And I just like how much content they also talk about, because they're covering Birmingham, and they're doing so much content. They're covering it one way, and they have like 6 different channels. So for me, I'm thinking about the ways that I can cover sports differently in different channels and different uses and different things I can do. And they both podcasts talk about how great of a team they have, and something I'm definitely going to look for in my future job searches. So yeah, thank you.